Welcome back to NBA Cinema. So we have Mike Beasley going viral on Aiden Ross' stream, saying that he would easily handle this NBA legend in a one-on-one matchup. We're talking about none other than Carmelo Anthony. We're gonna get into it. Steven Jackson, those guys, they have a suggestion or another suggestion who Mike Beasley should play, who's still in great shape. The size is very similar, and I think this is a good matchup as well. I think the ones is going to be the new wave of basketball. I think that 100,000 that we just saw, those pots are going to increase tenfold or more in the future. And I think the ones just allow you to enjoy game in the purest form, the way you fell in love with it in your backyard. It's uh, part of basketball that resonates with everyone. And you have these former players. I'm shocked that the NBA didn't have, instead of the skills challenge and all that mess that don't matter, I'm surprised they didn't have uh, the ones where they were allowing former NBA players to come back, pick up 250K or whatever, whoever won that title, right? I just don't understand why they never did it at All Star Weekend, something that actually captivates us on Saturday night. But we're going to get into what Mike Beasley said and also the suggestion that Steven Jackson and Mad Max had. Let's check it
I
out.
know that part.
One of my favorite players ever is Carmelo Anthony, and yeah, I see it now. I get it.
I'll bust it up.
You beat Melo?
I will. I ain't up there.
Damn. You and KD.
What about you? We've been playing since we was young.
Really?
Like KD might be like my first one.
KD?
We
You and Melo on the one-on-one.
Me personally, I don't think it's any retired players that can beat him in one-on-one. Do you?
Mike Beasley, he's just a walking bucket. That big motherfucker gonna talk that shit to you, gonna do what he say he gonna do. Bees is a bucket. That's my young boy, man. I fuck with him real hard. I try to reach out to him a lot, and stay in his head. And, I tell you all the time about my mental. He talks about it too all the time. We reach out to each other from time to time, but I knew Bees was gonna beat Lance ass. But Lance, shout out to you, boy. I fuck with you too. But Bees is a walking bucket. That shit was over before it started.
Mike Beasley's just born for that. Like
Yes,
if
yes.
you had to pick a logo for a one-on-one like you have for the NBA
Yeah.
basketball, I think the
Yeah,
logo
this
would be
beats
Mike
beat
Beasley.
Mike Beasley.
Yeah,
Absolutely. That's
he a walking bucket. He been
that's
scoring.
what,
Everybody
yeah.
know, like, if they would have gave him a solid chance in the league, bro. Like,
Absolutely. Yes,
you know what I'm
yes,
saying? And
yes,
like
yes.
he said, paid attention to his mental health and tried to help him with things like that.
Mm-hmm.
He would have had an amazing career. But
Absolutely.
me personally, I don't think it's any retired players that can beat him in one-on-one. Do you?
No, hell no. No, not Bees. No, man. That motherfucker, you look at that motherfucker, he in tip-top shape. That's all that
Yeah,
motherfucker do is play. And I'm
yeah.
telling you, my ass ain't played competitively and shit. I don't know how long it's been. Well, I can't even shit. I don't know. I ain't played shit. Hands down. Nobody
Yeah.
that's retired can fuck with him.
The only person I would like to see him play is Joe. Look at you.
Yeah, Joe. Yeah, yeah, Joe.
I want to see him
Yeah.
go against ISO.
Yeah, ISO Joe. I like ISO Joe, but goddamn, I just think B's Joe
You know,
got
Joe.
size. Joe got size on him
Man,
too.
Joe 6'9",
Yes,
two
yes.
thirty. Joe a monster.
Yeah, that'll be tough one. That'll be a good one.
Yes, I think both of those matchups are very intriguing. Mike Beasley, we know he brings incredible movement at his size, can go either way, right, left, and finish, and so he has a game tailor made for the ones. I look at Joe Johnson, man. Joe Johnson, it's gonna be hard to beat him because he's gonna make what he's doing to you look so easy. And that could be demoralizing when you're defending that. And Joe is a player that I've seen at that size, and one of the better players I've seen do what I'm about to say. He lets your body kind of get lulled to sleep, and he shifts. He's kind of shifty, but it's based on like your movement, and it's so subtle. But if you look how much separation he been created, you be like, dang, when did he get over there? Or you know what I'm saying? So Joe, and he can do it physical, right? He can lower his shoulder until you back you down. You ain't stealing the ball. His handle is like that. He can shoot the lights out, and that's just gonna be a whole problem all around the board. You look at Joe Johnson now, Carmelo Anthony. The ones. When I look at Carmelo, man, that Mike Beasley is a great one-on-one player. Carmelo Anthony in a one-on-one situation, are you sure that a player like him misses many jump shots in the ones with one defender guarding him? I don't know if he's gonna miss. Like I know he again physical bully ball Melo. That you think about how he played in Denver, it was bully ball by the rim. He would push you. He was just strong as an ox, and he would get you down low and finish through contact. And he was explosive back then. But I think about now, with his strength, his ability to hit that turnaround jumper over and over. If he back you down and shoot that, I could see Melo just bringing off 8 or 9 straight. If it's his day, um, I don't know how you're gonna beat him one on one because it's gonna be jab step, one dribble, pull ups, and you're gonna get destroyed out of the triple threat. So Mike Beasley would definitely have to bring his hard hat for that one. Melo, obviously good size, and I like the size of the players that they're suggesting for this one on one matchup. But no, man, I look at Melo and I'm like one on one, man. Like I hadn't seen him play it, but it would be hard to think he's just gonna miss many of his mid range jump shots with only one person guarding him. I could see him being one of the hardest people in the world to guard, one on one. His muscle memory on his jump shot and just now the thing that may be going against him. I know right now he's vested completely in Cayenne Anthony's development. This is a pivotal point in his life where he's going to Syracuse, then the path to the NBA. So they're putting in all that extra work, and so the way that he's probably playing and staying in shape for the game is against his son and his development. That's probably where all of it is going at this time. Whereas Beasley still getting up and down, you'll see him, John Wall, Dennis Smith Jr., others, and competitive pickups. You'll see Beasley stay after the pickups to play the ones. And so Beasley's just entrenched in it and he loves it. So that's the thing he would have going for him. But if Melo started back hooping, got in shape, and wanted to play the ones, I would really love to see that matchup. And I think, that would make the price, that would change the whole one-on-one ecosystem as far as the whole financial dynamic behind it, that the pot would go up to at least. I mean, I couldn't see. I mean, Melo, you have to make that worth his while. So, what is the number that Melo would be willing to accept to play one on one? I think that would be the only issue with that. Now, Joe Johnson, he's made a ton of money in his NBA career too, but Joe Johnson loves it so much he's still playing in the big three and all that. So that matchup may be more realistic. Joe Johnson definitely ain't running from no smoke. We got a lot of people talking about it, and um, we I guess we could kind of thank Brandon Jennings, a little bit for this with the NBA players, getting into this one-on-one action, starting at former NBA players. Some of the things he said. So I want to know what you guys think, man. This would be very intriguing to me. Either one of these matchups, cross them however you want to. But if we got a Melo Beasley matchup or a Joe Johnson Beasley matchup, I think the whole world is tuned in. And if I'm Ice Cube, I try to implement this right away with my season coming up. I'm trying to implement this right away before the NBA jumps on board and grabs this. Now Beasley and KD, I know they were talking about that, but those guys have played together. They was on the same YMCA team as little kids, so they've played each other forever. So them probably playing one on one probably won't happen. Probably don't intrigue them enough to even do it. But and KD's still in his career, so we ain't gonna see that. But yeah, man, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Till next time, peace.